Orient side first of all, and manager Jimmy Bloomfield is without defender Bobby Fischer, still injured. Henry Houghton takes his place, and Alan Whittle, formerly of Crystal Palace, is referred in the number 10 shirt, with Derek Clark moving down to sub. Meanwhile, the Brighton manager Alan Mullery makes a late change from the team that drew 0-0 at home against Notts County last week. They're again without skipper Brian Horton in the midfield, such an inspiration there, and striker Teddy Maybank, both suspended. But now he's decided that Peter Ward is named as substitute and is replaced by Malcolm Poskett at number 8. Ward is the sub, as I say. And the referee today is Geoffrey Bray from Leicestershire. And in the crowd, as you would expect, quite a good, strong contingent up from the south coast at Brighton. And Brighton kick off, attacking the goal to our right. Instantly there's a free kick in their favour for the foul by Joe Mayo, and if you're watching in black and white, I must apologise straight away for an apparent colour clash here. Brighton today wearing an all-yellow strip, Orient in white with those 2 red stripes down the front of their shirts, which might help you just a little. And Orient's white just that little bit brighter. But here's Martin Chivers with the famous long throw, apart from anything else. Almost effortless, as it always was at Tottenham, but a foul in that Orient penalty area, giving a free kick to Orient, who in fact have not lost a game on their home ground in the league since September. It's going to be quite a task for Brighton today, even though Brighton come here with a record of being unbeaten in their last 9. And quite a surprise to find that Peter Ward on the left there is the Brighton substitute today. Moore's underneath this one, and challenged by Catlin. It's a very windy afternoon, gusting a little bit, and the pitch just a little bit puddeny after so much rain, but compared to what it was in the past in these days at Orient, when everything seemed to be postponed, it's in good nick. And here's Ryan going through, all the way, brought down on the edge of the penalty area, right on the very edge. Brighton are claiming it's a penalty. They're arguing with the referee on the left of the picture there, but the referee, I'm sure, is absolutely right, as Ryan went through there, brought down right on the edge of the penalty area. Great arguing as to what exactly is going to happen here. O'Sullivan doing the ordering and playing it for Gary Williams, and it's charged down by Ian Moores for Orient. Grealish now number 4, unfairly charged off the ball by Chivers. And a good atmosphere here. Rollins. And a corner. Just a couple of times that Rollins seems to have been a little bit troubled by balls high in the air towards him. And I suppose the gusty breeze is not helping men judge the ball when they're high in the air. A corner then for Orient, which Bill Roffey is going to take. Ian Moores and Joe Mayo are up there. Henry Houghton's come up from the back. And Paul Went is up there too. Aimed him back towards Went, who got a good header in there. Houghton getting a header in there. Mayo with a chance to turn on it and score! Joe Mayo. Well, Roffey's corner. Brighton in a bit of trouble and not really convincingly beginning to get that ball away. And Mayo was able to turn on it after Went's good header. And it went to the back of the net. Orient 1, Brighton 0. 7 minutes gone. Now Sayer. Clark, challenged hard by Whittle. Well, it's a test for Brighton now to stay on course and keep their nerve. Here's Clark. Well, the Brighton manager, Alan Mullery, in the glasses there, said he believes his side can still afford to lose 3 or 4 points in this run into the season and still get promoted. Mayo and Rollings, and Mayo certainly got the better of those opening clashes, and Mayo's header again. Coates is in there, and that really should have been number 2 with Brighton all over the place. And again, Orient winning a very good ball in the air. Joe Mayo it was, and Coates making a late charge and somehow managed to get the ball over the crossbar. Mark Lawrenson again for Brighton, and unfairly charged off the ball by Ian Moores. A free kick to the visitors, about 5 yards outside the Orient penalty area. A little less than that, perhaps. And John Jackson lining up the wall and keeping a wary eye open, I imagine, for Andy Rollings, the big number 5, who's up on the far side. Gary Williams has also come up. Chivers too was one they'll have to watch for. Floated towards Rollings, in fact, and it's his header, but not quite the one he wanted. Williams ducking it back in there again, and Rollings almost had another go. And it's a goal kick. In fact, there was a suspicion of a handball there as that ball floated around that Orient penalty area. Went. Well, he could be putting his goalkeeper in trouble. Fisted away. Oh, what a good piece of goalkeeping! And a goal by Sayer, 1-1. Mullery is off his bench, and the relief. And the relief in the Brighton camp is there to be seen as well. And of course, it was presented to them when Paul Went played that extraordinary ball back, which. Here's Paul Went. He played that ball back. Jackson had to punch it away. And Clark had a shot that was beautifully saved by Jackson, but it fell for Sayer. And really it was a formality for the number 4, which makes it Orient 1, Brighton 1. Peter Sayer, the scorer, is 5th of the season. And here come Brighton again. O'Sullivan. Well, there's no opposition, so he might as well keep going, but then in the end he hits it straight against Grealish. Here's Ryan for Brighton. And a deflection, and a good save by Jackson. Ryan really looks as though he might cause some problems for it this afternoon, and he really went storming in there, hit a good shot, deflected on its way to Jackson, but Jackson wasn't in any way put off, got down well and turned it away. So here's Brighton's corner. Floated high again, too high for Rollings. Lawrenson, and now Ryan all the way through. Well, that might have gone anywhere. And he just wanted somebody to stick out a foot and give it a little poke, and I don't think John Jackson would have stood much of a chance. Free kick to Brighton. Chivers first away from his man, Paul Went, finding Catlin. Sayer again, hurdling past all the challenges. A good cross there, and a goal by Chivers, 2-1. And Alan Mullery off the bench again. The gamble of buying Chivers for £15,000 from Norwich and putting him in the side and keeping him there for the second successive week has paid off. Again, Sayer playing a big part in that move, and when the cross came in, Chivers was beautifully placed to meet it and put it past John Jackson for Orient 1, Brighton 2. Well, his first goal for his new club, for Martin Chivers. Moores with the header. Here's Chidozie. Lawrenson cutting it out. It was a poor cross by Chidozie, and Brighton's confidence now is brimming all over this game as Lawrenson makes a great run, and a good, honest, earthy shoulder charge there by Joe Mayo. I'm glad that the referee allowed that to go, because that looked perfectly okay. Roffey finding Coates. And a shot, and a beautiful goal by Coates, 2-2. Well, he hasn't hit many better than that. One old Spurs player, Martin Chivers, gets one at one end, and Ralph Coates with a tremendous shot, just nicking it off the underside of the crossbar, gets one at the other end. So, Orient 2, Brighton 2, and a game that really is alive now. Gray planting it forward towards Houghton, and Coates not quite able to stop Brighton getting possession with Sullivan here. Williams and Went. Chivers. Ryan. Come for Chivers, it'll come for Ryan, and a save again by John Jackson from this dangerous Irishman, Jerry Ryan. But Jackson well behind it. Grealish there first. Played a little bit short by Ralph Coates. Sullivan. A chance there for Brighton, and Ryan was marked just about tight enough by Houghton just to put him off and prevent him getting a free header. But there wasn't very much to spare there for Orient. Houghton making a good, strong burst there, and Lawrenson, that's got to be a free kick. Lawrenson had to turn away from goal because Mayo got between him and the keeper. It'll be a free kick to Brighton. As the half-time whistle goes. Well, a good first half, very evenly divided. And still the Tottenham connection is here, with Coates having scored a really sparkling second goal for Orient. After Martin Chivers, in fact, he's just going up the tunnel there now, the number 9, had scored the header that put Brighton into a 2-1 lead. The other goals in this first half coming from Peter Sayer for Brighton and Joe Mayo for Orient. So a lot to come on the big match this afternoon, and the prospect of a really good second half here, with so much hanging on this result, and a half-time score, which is Orient 2, Brighton 2, and we'll be back with the second half. Welcome back to Brisbane Road, Orient, Leighton Stadium. 2-2, and Poskett looking to make it 3-2 for Brighton, and he might go all the way, and in fact, my word, what a sensational start to the second half that would have been. A goal in something like 5 seconds after the half-time whistle, or at least the start of the second half whistle had gone. A great run by Malcolm Poskett, really aggressive all the way. And in the end, a good save by John Jackson. Mayo. Retained possession well there. Here's Chiedozie. Might not come for Roffey. And Whittle and Roffey were waiting there. It wasn't a good ball from Chiedozie, and it's given Brighton possession now. And it's Clark going all the way through to score a beautiful goal. They're off the bench again, and Brighton are in the lead again. The ball really given away in the midfield there by Orient. And Brighton really pounced. And Clark, who really strikes you as being a powerful midfield fellow who does all the running, was through with a powerful shot that could beat John Jackson. Orient 2, Brighton 3. And Paul Clark the scorer. So here's Chiedozie. Yes, a free kick, and I think quite correctly given there by the referee. Chiedozie's feet were just taken from him, or partially taken from him as he went through. Grealish will take it for Orient. Towards Ian Moores. Lawrenson doing well in the air there for Brighton, and O'Sullivan getting it away, but Roffey's header back. Clark in there, great determination. Coates, Mayo, Whittle. Nicely played there for Coates. Sayers after him. Played for Roffey, calling for the cross. Mayo's backward header. Moores with his header! 3-3. Eric Steele not happy with it, or at least with the cover. But this amazing game has taken another turn as that ball came in from the left. Coates finding Roffey, and Roffey's cross was half. Well, it knocked against a Brighton player. My impression was Mayo was up there again, and it was Moores who forced it over. Orient 3, Brighton 3. Ian Moores, top scorer now with 12. Well, they've been up and down their bench all afternoon. One moment of joy and the next a moment of crisis. Greenish, long ball towards Ian Moores. Mayo just getting a touch. Very deceptive player. Looks as though he doesn't get a touch sometimes, and there he's having a bit of a dust-up there with Rollings, and it's a free kick to Orient. Obviously for something that Rollings did to Mayo, although Rollings is claiming that it wasn't all one way. What's happened is that they get a free kick, Orient. A pretty central position, just right of it, as you can see now. About 23 yards out. Now, will Ian Moores, number 8, have a crack at this one? Through the wall. Oh, my word, and Steele nearly lost it. Must have held up on that tacky surface a little bit as it came from Ian Moores through the wall, past it. And there were plenty of Orient players waiting for a mistake to be made. A poor ball again. O'Sullivan. Chivers, a lovely touch for Lawrenson all the way through. Well, Brighton felt they should have had a penalty there. The referee would have none of that. As the ball went through there, Lawrenson played it forward, and it was almost into the arms of Jackson. He was tripped. Foskett. No foul. Roffey is poking it out here for Chidozie. Houghton's gone outside him. That's the ball played almost lazily there for Houghton, but it was beautifully weighted, except that Ryan was back there, and they could be in the most terrible trouble there. Ryan very nearly presenting Orient with another goal there, except that Brighton scrambled it away. Sayer. Increase of defence though by Roffey. Oh, Sayer's beaten them all. And surely O'Sullivan. No, and he's missed it. Well, that really opened up for Peter O'Sullivan there, particularly when they'd made such a good move down that right. And Grealish had lost the ball, and it was played back in there by Sayer. And O'Sullivan completely miscued. Roffey miscuing with that header. And a throw going to Orient. I think it's a free kick, yes. Roffey's free kick, hit high towards Mayo. Rollings winning it well in the air. Went just lifting it in here for Whittle. Can Whittle turn it back? Mayo's waiting for it. And in the end, it's Ryan who gets it away. Gray. by Steele, but he's not out of the wood yet. Now he will be, as O'Sullivan gets it away. And Gray will turn it back to the goalkeeper at that end, while it was Eric Steele at the other end who did so well then when it looked as though Moores had been put through. He got a strong enough touch on it to keep it out. 2 weeks of suffering left for Alan Mullery. And Ryan getting that away well. Gray playing it forward, and a nice break from deep. They're onside if Chidozie can gather the ball. But Brighton are getting back so quickly themselves as well. Chidozie's going to have a problem getting it over, but he's got a corner. So one more little crisis for Brighton. Gary Williams at the post. With a minute to go. A corner for Orient. 3-3 the score. Roffey, the taker of that corner. Played in there and put behind for another corner. So these are worrying moments for the Brighton bench. Corner put away, and here's another one coming up now from Bill Roffey again. Hit in lower this time, nodded away by Chivers, but Roffey will get it onto his left foot with a chance to fling it in again, but the whistle has gone a few seconds early in point of fact. And Alan Mullery with a handshake for Jimmy Bloomfield. Nice little touch at the end of a hard-fought game as Alan Mullery applauds his players off the field. They fought hard for their point after going that goal down early on, but twice they were in the lead and twice Orient came back at their throats, so that in the end I think we got the right result. Martin Chivers certainly enjoyed himself, his first goal for his new club. Brighton, I think, in the end, would probably be pretty well satisfied with the point they got. It was always going to be a difficult away game, but they acquitted themselves well. And with the Orient scorers, Mayo, Coates and Moores, with Sayer, Chivers and Clark replying for Brighton. A final scoreline then here at Orient is Orient 3, Brighton